So we are going to see Witcher 4 in 2025 probably, but there are still many cities which we only saw in the novels or in the series, and we haven't have a glimpse of them in any of the games. So yeah, in this video I will talk about 6 cities I want to see in Witcher 4, and this list is only written by me. If you have any cities you want to see, do comment down below. And before starting off this video, I want you guys to like and subscribe this channel if you haven't. And now let's start. At number 6 I have ranked Vaes, which is the underwater city. The underwater city is arguably the most mysterious locale on the continent. In fact, fans only get a glimpse of Vaes in the Sword of Destiny. Hired to stop the slaughter of sailors, Geralt discovers steps leading to the ocean floor. Unfortunately, he can't progress any further due to the both treacherous waters and the aquatic warriors guarding the path. In the end, he barely gets away with his life. This scenario is ripe for expansion. This underwater city Vaes brings so much curiosity. What people don't see is often more enduring than what they do. Thus, the Witcher hardcore fans are eager to explore the underwater city, never knowing what they'll find. This benefits the developers, giving them immense creative freedom to design the setting and the culture from the ground up. With a little imagination, this kingdom could be radically different from anywhere else in the series. True, player must deal with underwater controls, but the games have a way to facilitate that. In The Witcher 3, Yennefer casts a spell which lets Geralt dive to great depths. This opens the door to a whole new world beneath the waves. The tale might even start the very war that the author only teases. At number 5, I have ranked Aretuza, which is the magical academy. Considering how powerful the mages are, one wonders where they trained them. Aretuza is the site for the training. Tanhead Islands, the school for sorcery. Yennefer, Triss and other magical characters gather here in the past. Sadly, it suffered severe damage in a coup by Nilfgaard. In addition, the games mention that King Radovid's witch hunters raid the place and arrest the remaining novices. This once great school is practically dead, but that doesn't mean it has to stay that way. The Witcher 3 wraps up numerous conflicts in a climatic fashion, so the next game could be a time for rebuilding. The Lodge of Sorceresses reunites, and the war with Nilfgaard is over. Depending on players' choices, the story sows essential seeds for rebirth. Radovid could even fall victim to assassination, negating the danger to the mages. Not only does the new leadership Dijkstra or Roach not purge non-humans, but Triss spirits a new generation of novices out of Novigrad. This is a solid foundation for Aretuza to start again. Doing so would be vital in illustrating the world's evolution and the passing of time. On the top of that, the city could add some welcome novelty to the gameplay loop. Whenever Geralt visits a town, the residents are usually soldiers, aristocrats or peasants. Throwing magicians into the mix opens up all sort of new interactions and quests. The series needs that variety if it wants to keep going. At number 4, I have ranked Rivia. Although Geralt's not actually from Rivia, this land still holds tremendous significance for The Witcher. It's the site of the fatal injury and death in the books. This also makes it the catalyst for his story in the games. Returning here would be a full circle moment in that sense. Of course, that line of thinking would also apply to his knighthood, but still, I'm very curious to see what kind of place Rivia is. But what about you guys? Do you want to see Rivia in the game? Comment down below. At number 3, I have ranked Cintra, Ciri's birthplace. Speaking of rebuilding, Cintra could use it. Ciri is born in this kingdom, but it fails to Nilfgaard during the First War and suffers untold destruction and death. Once again, this leaves the locale up to interpretation. Cintra may be undergoing the same reconstruction as Aretuza. How the restoration plays out could differ depending on which side the war wins in Witcher 3. If Redania and the Northern Kingdoms win, Geralt may encounter quests related to Calathine and other Cintrarian characters. If Nilfgaard is victorious, fans may get more information regarding the fake Ciri whom Emperor Emhyr marries in the books. If the focus shifts to the real Ciri, visiting Cintra could be a useful way of confronting her past. This bygone kingdom is full of narrative possibilities. At number 2, I have ranked Markham. Players encounter countless dwarves in Witcher series, but they get a little way of their homeland. These savvy people hail from Markham, a kingdom in the mountain. It's an isolated place, but it's also home to several mining villages and the hardy folk maintaining them. These residents need to be resilient in such a harsh environment. Nevertheless, Nevertheless, the environment is enticing for explorers. Aside from the obvious scene sights, Makam is a step outside the domain of humans. Dealing with the recursive dwarfs could carry its own set of challenges. Not only would this inform the quests, but it also benefits gameplay. Their minds are double-less, full of both goodies and monsters native to this climate. In essence, they are ready-made dungeons, just daring Gavel to raid them. And finally, number 1, I have ranked Kovir. Another wintry region is Kovir. This vassal state of Redania is more prosperous than its modest size suggests. It's garnered immense renown for trade and manufacturing, namely in glass. That prosperity leads to sublime architecture and clean condition throughout. What's more, these aspects remain untarnished since Kovir sits out the Nilfgaardian wars. For what reason refugee folk to such a setting? The Witcher 4 should do the same. Kovir would offer a welcome change to the pace from usual duplicated ruins and run-down villages that Geralt frequents. The Witcher 3 has a similarly beautiful local in Tosant, and it's one of the best places in the game. Kovir could elect similar majesty and wonder. On the top of that, it could present some unique challenges. Not only Geralt integrate into polite society, but the monsters and villain would be more covert. Because of that, players would need different tactics to flesh them out and find the ugliness behind the beauty. And yeah, there you have it, guys, all the regions into Witcher 4. If I left out any region, do comment down below. Which region are you more excited for? Do also tell me in the comments.